Hey guys and gals, today I'm going to be showing you 2 easy ways to make cheese dip using goat cheese. Here we go! Before I get started on this cold recipe, this cold goat cheese dip recipe, I wanted to share with you a little bit of the background of it. It is not my recipe. I got it from my cousin Erica, and I think she got it from a friend or something, but this is from a long time ago. And I've just been making it ever since because I fell in love with it. It was so yummy and tasty. I just would crave it and I had to have it. So I bugged her about the recipe and she gave it to me, and this is what I'm about to show you how to make. Let's get started. The ingredients needed for this cold goat cheese dip are going to include 1 8-ounce pack of Philadelphia cream cheese, between 8 ounces and 12 ounces of goat cheese, 1 small jar of pesto sauce. You will need some crackers. I like to use these Cocktail Party mini toast crackers. They are nice and sturdy and do not break when you try to smear your cheese on them. Now last but certainly not least, you will need some sun-dried tomatoes. Now in the dry pack or in the jar, it really doesn't matter as long as you have those sun-dried tomatoes. If you do happen to use the ones that are in the jar, which happen to be in extra virgin olive oil, you will need to drain those prior to using them in this dip. If not, you'll end up with a big oily mess. Some additional prep that I need to do is to soften both of my cheeses before I begin to mix them. When I'm done mixing both of my cheeses together, I like to use the speed and the force of the mixer to get the cheese off of my attachments. Well, as much as I can. The last and final thing you'll need to do in order to prep for this dip is to saran wrap a little bowl, or you can even use a baking dish, just a small rectangular one or squared one. Any of those will work. Now here comes the part where I actually begin working on the dip. I'm going to be working in layers, so my first layer on the bottom is going to be pesto. I'm going to get all of that out of there, spread it around a little bit. My next layer is going to be my sun-dried tomatoes, whether it's from the dry pack or the drained sun-dried tomatoes. Try to get this layer to cover as much of the pesto as possible. Now all you have to do is top your sun-dried tomatoes with your mixed cheese, which happens to make your third and final layer. Spread it around, get a nice seal going with the cheese. Now all you have to do is use your saran wrap, the extra saran wrap that's hanging off the bowl, and just cover your cheese dip before putting it in the refrigerator. We're going to go ahead and put the dip into the refrigerator for at least 1 to 2 hours so that softened cheese can get firm. It's been 1 to 2 hours and it's time to unwrap our present. Here we have our pesto sun-dried tomato goat cheese dip. I don't know what to call it other than fabulous. And here comes the fun part. Just grab the plate you're going to be serving on and flip the dip onto it. Then shimmy the dish off, or just use your saran wrap to help you with that part. And make sure you get all of the saran wrap off as well. Now isn't she a beauty? It's almost a shame we have to eat her up, but hey, that's going to be the best part of all. Now here goes my Vanna White right here. Do you see this beautiful bean footage? Awesome. Oh yeah, look at those juices running down. That's all flavor, folks. Now I'm just going to cut this open for you really quickly so you can see what the inside looks like. I mean, this little baby is so quick and easy and so worth the time and effort because it is just too delicious not to make. Okay, onto our baked or hot goat cheese dip, whichever one you prefer to call it. It's totally up to you. The ingredients needed for this dip are similar to the ones for the cold dip, but in this dip you will also need some red peppers, red bell peppers, raw or roasted, it doesn't matter, some Italian herb seasoning, and you will need your sun-dried tomatoes, again, in the jar or in the bag, it doesn't matter. Again, you will need your 2 softened cheeses, your 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, and your 8 to 12 ounces of goat cheese. And again, you will need your mini toast cocktail party crackers. The very first thing I'm going to do to prep for this dip is to set my oven at 550 degrees. If you have a broiler, by all means use your broiler. Mine isn't working right now, so I have to set mine at the highest setting, which happens to be 550 degrees. Okay, just like with my cold dip, I'm gonna let the goat cheese and the cream cheese soften, which I have been doing, and now I'm gonna mix them up. The difference is with this hot one, I'm going to add some seasoning, some Italian seasoning. Get that in there, and now I'm gonna mix. Let the cheese spin off. Get as much off as I can. And now stop it. I went to a restaurant one time and had some baked goat cheese, and I just knew I had to go home and make it myself. I'm sure mine is different from the way they do it, but this is how I came up with my hot goat cheese dip. Now just put it in your dish, your baking dish. I'm just going to add some red peppers to the top of my cheese. Red poppers. That'll be fun. Let me add some sun-dried tomatoes, whichever one you prefer. It's all up to you. You can use the dried ones or you can use the ones that have been sitting in the oil. My oven is already preheated. So I'm just going to pop this baby in there. Let me add the cheese to my oven, and I want the cheese to boil and bubble. That's how I'll know it's ready. Even if the top part has burned, hey, that's like the best part. To have that burnt stuff, to have all the burnt goodies with that hot cheese. Hello, hello, hello. Oh yes, oh yes. Here am I. Cannot wait. Just listen to that sweet sound of the sizzle. Disclaimer, this is very, very hot, so be very, very careful when you go in to eat it. You want to eat it while it's hot, but you don't want to burn yourself. Of course, not everybody wants some, so let me start serving it up. Give it time to cool off for the babies. Okay, now even though it's very, very hot when you first get it out, it cools down fairly fast. And I really love the burnt taste, that burnt flavor when the sun-dried tomatoes and peppers get burnt. But just for added dimension, I'm gonna come over here and add some fresh sun-dried, or I don't know how fresh sun-dried tomatoes are, but I'm gonna add some sun-dried tomatoes. Three-dimensional flavor. Yes. Please comment in the comment box down below with any suggestions on what I should name this dip. It would really help me out a lot. I hope you get a chance to make these tasty little treats soon. And I also hope you learned something new today that you didn't know yesterday. This has been Mama Bear with a Daily Dash of Life. And as always, don't forget to spice up yours. May God bless you. Thanks for watching. To subscribe, click my watermark and click any video icon for more videos or to start a playlist. Check out bonus footage at Instagram and Twitter at A Daily Dash of Life. Toodles!